Hello, everyone. Wilcher here and stuff. I want to make this quick video and stuff to talk about the fandoms and everything and shit. Because when, more or less, a couple of days ago and stuff, I straight out saw one of the content creators I love watching, which is Lightning Bliss, um, gave her a review on straight out Generation 5, all because she refused to give it because she didn't like it. And then a fake fan came out and accused her of being a fake fan and even argued with her, forcing her to do that review and everything and shit to explain why she didn't like it. And I feel like, in my opinion, Bliss was in the right to decline trying to do that review and everything and shit because she had no fucking shape. She was not forced to do that shit and stuff, and that fake fan had no right to bully her into that shit. Because I wanted to explain right here, right now, what the fuck is a fandom, how you could straight up like find your fandom, what you could do to participate in your fandom, but the biggest thing of all, the do's and don'ts of being in a fandom. But also the difference, but also on top of it too, the difference between an actual fan, a fake fan, and what a fucking hater is. Because it seems like we now went from fans to from fans and haters to now fans, fake fans, and haters. Because I'm sure I'll say it's right here. You can see it right here on the screen with me and shit and stuff. What is a fandom? A fandom is a vibrant community where individuals come together to express their passion for a variety of forms of entertainment, including video games, movies, TV shows, anime, books, and music, and a bunch of other stuff and shit that I could not list and stuff because that's going into danger territory and shit, and YouTube would not like that. Within this community, the fans can connect with like-minded people who share their interests, exchange ideas, opinions, and experiences about the aspect they love and dislike. Fandom provides a safe space where members can be authentic and pursue their interests without the fear of judgment or criticism from those who might not understand their enthusiasm. The sense of belonging to the fandom process allows fans to freely share their experience with their interests as well as to build friendships and centered around shared passions. So, in technical terms, what I mean when I try to say this, a fandom is built off love, friendship, and understanding, not fucking criticizing each other all because you have a fucking different opinion. We understand each other, we see each other's opinions, we understand each other's opinions, and we also give our own opinions. Don't straight up be a dick and instantly bash someone all because they don't love it as much as you do. Because here's the difference between a real fan, fake fan, and a hater. A real fan is characterized by a deep investment into the fandom over an extended period. This person not only enjoys the content, but actively contributes to the community, whether through fan art, discussion, or organized events. They embrace both new and returning members, welcoming them with kindness and understanding, and encouraging others to find their niche within the fandom, their own pace. Real fans respect different opinions and aspects, diverse iterations of the content they love, fostering a supportive environment for anyone involved. Meaning, like I said, I'll say it again, Lightning Bliss is in the rights because she is a veteran of the Brony / My Little Pony community. Because she said it on the video, she has been a fan since Gen 1. Meaning she has been a fan since the beginning of My Little Pony. So, meaning she had a right to give her opinion on not liking Generation 5. And people should have admitted that, okay, she has a point, she has her rights, I might not like it, but she just has her fucking points. This just leads into that fake fan of what they did. Which a fake fan is contrast tends to specifically engaging with the fandom. This impose might showcase limited knowledge about the subject, yet acts as if they are informed as long-term veterans. They often attempt to sway others' opinions by criticizing aspects of the fandom they don't fully understand, or by comparing it to other fandoms or series. I'll put it out there too, other series too, like other generations, in an effort to elevate their preferred content as superior. This behavior can drive away newcomers or create diversion, as fake fans often fail to respect the different tastes and opinions within the community. Meaning that fake fan didn't respect Lightning Bliss's wishes to not review Generation 5 because she had a different opinion on it and she didn't like it how they were going with the show. They got offended and instantly slandered her and argued with her on fucking straight up on social media until she had to give her fucking point why do a fucking video, which again, that is stupid because automatically that's just a fake fan being a fake fan because they're never going to be satisfied with other people's fucking opinions because they're going to think the new generation of this show is the best that it could be because they've never seen what we grew up with. But don't fucking make them think, oh, that this show is shit, or because we grew up with this, and then it's going to get them heated, and it's going to make them fucking more pissed and thinking, oh, we don't like it, and we're fake fucking fans. When they don't know, we grew up with the original. And the biggest thing about it and stuff, I'm putting out there in the aspect and shit, which is a reminder people, a fake fan ain't a hater. I'll say that again. A fake fan is not. It's stand apart from both a real and a fake fan. As unlike a fake fan who may for fake interest, haters actively seek to undermine the fandom by focusing on the negative aspects or holding prejudice views based on historia. Well, that's history of the fan base, meaning, say, the furry fan base of how it has a bad rep because of a bunch of bad furries in it, and instantly they think the entire fandom is like them, when we're not. They often dismiss the community entirely, forming judgments from a blast of perspectives without genuine engagement. In terms, that is true because automatically they see something, they hear something, and they fully form an opinion outright without even sitting down with the community member or even spending one day with the community and actually know how the fuck this community works or how a fandom actually works. Haters typically spread false information or amplifies negative narratives, contributing to a toxic atmosphere that can deter potential fans from experiencing the fandoms for themselves, which is true because you see that on fucking news channels, you see that all over on fucking social media outlets, and everything is said. You will see haters show up at conventions just to start drama, just to add to that fucking fuel. And instead of the haters looking at that person that started that shit, instead they'll be looking at the fucking fandoms thinking, oh, they were a bunch of assholes that kicked that person out of the convention because they were trying to expose them. No, they kicked that fucking person out. It's because they were starting fucking drama and problems and making anyone there feel uncomfortable. Now, getting back on the topic of shit and stuff, if you are looking into a fandom or a community, because there's two ways to say it, a fandom or community, this is how you find out. How finding a perfect fandom or community is a simple yet rewarding process. It begins with self-discovery, understanding what genuine love and joy you have for something. The beauty of the fandom culture is there is dedicated groups to every interest imaginable. And I mean that. You got from Doctor Who fans, which is the Whovians, to the MLP fans, which was the Brody and Pega sisters, enlisted and a variety of video game communities from Undertale to Borderlands to Fortnite to Minecraft to Roblox to so many, to Sonic the Hedgehog fans, to the Mario fans, to the Zelda fans, to the Sony fans. So many communities are out there and shit stuff. You just need to find what you love. Do you love video games? Okay, what video game do you love? Maybe there's a fandom out for you too. Maybe you love movies. What movie genre do you love? Do you love slashers? Do you love fucking straight up action adventure? Do you love mystery? Then there's a fucking community out there for you inside. Because I know there's slasher slash horror communities out there. Even and automatically, even if you haven't found that ideal fandom yet, remember then the even more diverse interest connects back to larger communities, such as the furry fandom, which I'm sure I'm saying this. The furry fandom connects everything and shit, and automatically, even if you don't want to be part of the furry fandom or be acknowledged with the furry fandom, you don't have to be. Because the furry fandom could be, say, stepping away from their fandom to talk with you and ask you, okay, what's your interest, what you like, and everything and shit, and they can help you find the fandom you want to be a part of without even even entering the furry fandom community. Because this community is known for its exclusive approach, welcoming anyone regardless of their current affairs until they discover a fandom they truly resonate with. Meaning you don't need to be a furry to be part of the fandom. Because there are non-furries out there. There are non-scalies out there. There are non-people that are anthropomorphic slash scaly slash insect kind of fucking people. That are still part of the fandom because they understand us, but also acknowledge that we branched off, that their fandom branched off from the furry fandom. And once you do find your fandom, you're questioning, okay, how, like, what is the ways I could, what ways I could show my love for this fandom? There are countless creative advantages to express your affection for your favorite fandom. Here are some ideas to inspire you. One, the biggest thing, create art. Create some original art, not AI-generated art, because that is not real art. I'm saying that now. Not real art. If you, like, pick up a pen and paper, even if you fucking suck at drawing and everything, still show your love by trying your fucking hardest to draw that character, to draw that environment, to draw something, to show your love for that fucking shit, for that movie, TV show, video game, whatever. Hell, there's even, if you go online, there is bases out there that have pre-made bases that you could draw over and create your own OCs, your own original characters, or maybe say try to fucking trace over those lines and get better at sketching. because there is other and say, oh, I'm not admitting an art person. Writing music. If you're a music person, if you love playing music, if you love straight up singing or composing music, compose a song or remix an enlisting theme, using a musical talent to express your feelings about the content. Instead of saying, oh, I'm not an artist, I'm not a fucking straight up, I don't write music, then use what you know. Like with me, write fanfics. Writing a fanfic explores alternative storylines or expands the undeveloped aspects, especially if the original material left you wanting more. Meaning, say if you got into a show and it ended abruptly, like I mean, like they just completely ended the show on a cliffhanger, because it was a popular or the big suits companies fucking just completely ruined it and instantly fucking and killed the show without giving it a proper series finale. That's where us fanfics come in. We can write the ending. We can rewrite those bad series finales. Hell, even if you want to, you could even write up your own original stories of, like, say, taking multiple fandoms or taking multiple fandoms and see how would they collide with each other. Like taking, say, how they do in the comics, like say taking Doctor Who and My Little Pony and merging them together and shit. How someone did that, or taking Undertale and fucking Straight Out and Deltarune, merging those together and shit, and see how that fucking would collide and shit. Or even going further, merging two, like an under audience community, like say Deltarune, and putting it with a high one and shit, saying Sonic the Hedgehog community, and merging those worlds together, and see how that would turn out. Especially if, say, oh, you're like, okay, you're not an artist, you're not a fucking musician, and you have fucking bad writing skills. It doesn't matter. And I'm saying, I'm more want to be a verbal person. Then do this. Reviews. Write a thoughtful review of an episode, movie, or book that you feel deserves more recognition or a second chance. So, meaning in terms, straight up say, write a review of, like, say, oh, like you just go and see this new fucking movie in theaters, and you really have strong opinion about it. You have strong feelings about it that you just want to get out there and to talk to the community about it and straight up say how you loved it, but also you hated it, and well, they could have did it differently, but also how it's like a callback to the fucking comics or whatever it was based on. Then do that. Never be afraid to voice your opinion, because there might be someone out there that might agree with your opinion and automatically will take it as, and will spread it around saying, hey, this person said this, and automatically might get people to go, hey, go check out this movie because it actually was pretty fucking cool. When you could straight up say big fucking critics criticize it, but us communities, us small reviewers, will actually boost those fucking movies because we're not being paid for that shit. We give our own personal opinions because we're not being forced to give a review that we're not happy with. Because we are not being bribed. We are not being paid to get false ratings, false reviews. We're automatically giving our own personal perspective. And we want others to do the same thing. I sort of say I automatically, oh, but okay, so I want to be a writer, but I don't want to show my face on camera. There's the blogs for you then. Start a blog to share your personal thoughts and experiences with anything. in the fandom. Regarding the fandom, discussing what you hope for its future, technology, fucking shit up what you hope shit up will happen to, like, say what, like, say a movie series, a TV series, like where they can go with this and stuff. Like, write a blog up your thoughts and how you feel about it, and how more or less you're wishing that this would happen in the future. The biggest thing in children's stuff is probably the biggest thing in stuff. If you really want to find out what, like, community you vibe with, but also find out what they're about, and it might cost you a little bit of money. These two things are going to cost you a lot of money, but it's up to you on this. Attend a convention. Participating in a convention where you can meet fellow fans, engage in discussion, and enjoy themed events. Some conventions you might need to pay for. I mean that now. Some conventions, I mean a lot of them, you need to pay money for. But there's a big but. There are some community conventions that you don't need to pay for. Please look in your area for those. Those are smaller ones and a good starter before you go for the big ones and spend a lot of money on those. Because that way you actually get to meet some artists, fellow members, and see, and also get a feel for the conventions before you jump to the big ones. Especially if you go with the next thing, cosplay. If you love a character so much, dress up as your favorite character, showing your dedication and creativity while connecting with others who appreciates your effort. Meaning, if you go to a convention, you want to cosplay, cosplay. If you go to a convention, you don't want cosplay, don't need to. It's an optional thing. But if you do cosplay, please do note, if you do it, please know you're going to be spending a lot of money on either buying the costume itself or making one at home. And if you do make one at home, please, people that go to these conventions, please do note, these people probably put a lot of fucking, if they see, you see a custom made one, please do not fucking act all like shit cool and shit and start touching their costume and everything and shit and stuff. It's probably very expensive. It took a lot of time to fucking make. And on top of it all, they probably don't want anyone fucking touching their thing and destroying their fucking creation. It's the same thing with fursuiters. Some fursuiters will allow you to come up and hug them. Some won't. But the biggest thing, all fursuiters do not want you to pull the tail or to act like their fucking body parts come off. That's just completely fucking wrong. So please acknowledge, if you're going to cosplay, please acknowledge how much money you're going to be putting into these costumes, but also how much effort, work, and everything is going to maintain these costumes stay in good condition. But also how there's going to be conventions where people might not be able to keep their hands off your costume. And if the biggest thing in some shit, which is the last thing in shit, is the more or less biggest, simplest thing. Instead of saying, oh, I don't want to be a writer. I don't want to be a reviewer. I don't want to be an artist. I don't want to be a musician. I don't want to go to conventions. I don't want to go to fucking, I don't want to do cosplay. I don't want to write a blog. That's fine. Because the most simplest thing you can do is just engage in conversations with someone. Talking about to others about your fandom can speak great discussion and help strengthen the community ties. Meaning you don't need to go to any of these besides just say, hey, I just played this awesome game and everything, and talk about the game then and stuff. Maybe that person will get interested and play the game themselves, and then they'll get into the fandom then. Or you want to go see this awesome movie and you really want to talk about this movie to someone, and you talk about them and they be like, oh, that's cool, dude, and shit. I really want to go see that movie now. That's more or less making the community stronger then because you're adding in more fans. And you're more or less not straight up forcing them to go because you're giving them a snippet of what you want them to do. Like, well, what you experienced. And maybe they'll get interested. Maybe they'll know it. Whatever. You still got it out there somehow. Now, I mean, when I should have said this, in the last part, I'm sure I'm saying this. Please keep in mind, this is my truthfully full experience of this, and some of these I experienced myself. These are, please, the do's and don'ts of being in a fandom. Recognize the true participants, participants, participations. Yeah. Yeah. The do's. I started with the do's. The do's. Form your own opinion while remaining open-minded to different perspectives, fostering constructive consideration. Meeting. If someone doesn't like a fucking show, or doesn't like an episode, or doesn't like the movie, or doesn't like the book, or the game, or whatever, don't fucking argue with them. They have their reasons. It's like, straight up, just be open-minded, saying, okay, you don't like this episode, but you still like the series, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm fine with that. Or say, oh, like with Deltarune and shit, people might not like Birdley, but people still fucking love the game. Maybe there are people out there that loves Birdley. Maybe there's people out there that doesn't like Undertale and think it's overrated. Or maybe there's people out there that thinks fucking Breath of the Wild or Ocarina of Time is fucking not a 10 out of 10. There are people out there that have their own opinions, and they are allowed to have their own opinion because they form their own opinion from their own experiences. And you can't change someone else's experience from your own. Second is to gather composite facts before jumping to conclusions or making judgment about a content or community. Meaning, I should have said this. If someone said to me, oh, they don't like this, I'm going to ask for the fucking facts. I need facts. I need evidence. I need a reason. If they just be like, I don't know, then that's not a fucking them being truthful. That's them doing one of the don'ts. That's not them forming their own opinion. That's not them straight up having all the information and shit, and it's just jumping the gun. That's why I don't fucking straight up nowadays. Don't do that. Before you jump the gun, get the information about what community you're going to be participating in. What the fuck's going on with what the fuck's going on inside the community, or even if you're talking about a video game or a movie and shit, keep it in mind. And if they don't like it, ask why. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't fucking take up much time. It helps with both of you understanding each other much fucking more. Be respectful to feedback and a different viewpoint. Approaching that constant criticism can enhance the experience for everyone. Like I said, please respect the feedback, even if they have different viewpoints. Like, say, I loved fucking straight up, I would say, Kraven the Hunter movie, and someone didn't. I would give my fucking different viewpoint on it, saying how it really develops the character, and they would understand that, going like, okay, so he sees it as a different Kraven the Hunter than from Kraven the Hunter in the games and the comic books. And I was like, yes. And they would go like, oh, okay, now I understand. If I take it out of that, then I can understand where you're coming from now. Biggest thing of all, I see most of the fucking time now and stuff. Please avoid gatekeeping. A fandom thrives when it welcomes newcomers, encouraging them to join and share their enthusiasm. Do never, fucking never gatekeep. You gatekeep, You're just keeping people from enjoying the fandom, and the people that are already in the fandom are instantly going to hate you then, because they're going to think you're a toxic member of the community and you're just ruining the community, and they will stop talking to you and instantly distance themselves with you, but also leave a bad impression on you, bad impression to everyone else about you, to not talk to you anymore because you gatekeep too much. Fandoms were created to fucking shut up, to fucking open opinions, open fucking kind hearts, but also open arms to newcomers coming in. And maybe they don't understand it at first, but they will slowly learn. We're waiting from disrespecting other fandoms, and all fandoms share kinship in their passion for creating an environment. Oh, and well, creativity and entertainment. Biggest thing of all I see is people bashing fucking each other fucking fandom over something stupid. Don't do that. Because at the end of the fucking day, we're all part of one big fucking fandom web. We all have our likes and dislikes, but at the same time, I know for a fact a fucking Whovian will find something that a Supernatural fan would love. And a Supernatural fan will find something that a Scooby Doo fan would love. At the end of the day, we're all connected somehow. Channel your love for the fandom into creative expressions such as art, music, even if your audience may or may not entirely understand. Meaning, like I said, with the other stuff and shit, express how you want to express the fandom. Just do it in a way that doesn't hurt the fandom, but at the same time doesn't more or less make it seem like you're like too defensive of what your self image is. Find that perfect line of where you're comfortable showing off what your interests are, but at the same time, not too much where it damages the fandom. That's what should say, and that's what it said with the last two. Respect others' feelings, understanding that everyone has a different taste. Don't brand someone as a fake fan just because their opinion differs from yours. Like I said with Lightning Bush situation, that person was a fake fan because she had a different opinion on a fucking generation of MLP, and they instantly got defensive and called her out for being a fake fan, which was wrong of them, and that's a big fucking don't. Speaking of the don'ts, a don't slash fake fan slash hater, maybe the haters probably don'ts and fake fans would assert their opinions as an only valid perspective, experience, universal agreement, expecting a universal agreement from others, meaning they're thinking their one fucking opinion is the right opinion, and everyone else's opinion is just completely stupid and doesn't even deserve to be fucking given out. That is completely wrong. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But also, blindly agreeing with popular opinions without research or verifying facts, thereby misrepresenting your knowledge, is also another fact that is not the right fucking path. Because that's what I'm saying. You will blindly follow a fucking big suit fucking person that was paid to bash this movie, to bash this book, to bash this TV show, to bash this video game, and instantly take their rating saying this is a bad game, but instead of maybe saying newts to them, I'm still going to try this game out somehow and find out then this game was actually fucking good. Or this movie was at least decent than what they gave the ratings to. Or maybe say, you would see them give a high rating to this crappy movie And then when you go see it and stuff, it was a shit movie, and you were like, "What the fuck? This movie was shit." That's what I was trying to say. Don't blindly agree to popular opinions on something. Form your own. Secondly, like I said, gatekeeping by discouraging new or returning fans from becoming part of the community based on the arbitrary criteria of belonging. Don't do that because that's automatically gonna fucking act like you don't want change or you don't want fucking show up new people coming in and changing and completely messing up how you have the fandom is right now. That's completely wrong because new people should be allowed to come in. The younger generations should come into the fandom and understand it because maybe one day they will be teaching the next generation about this fandom. And it's better to leave a good impression on them than gatekeeping it and leaving a bad impression on them. On top of it, like I said with the fake fan code thing, labeling a longtime fans as fake simply because their interest does not align with new development in the content. Again, Lightning Bliss has been a fan since Generation 1, and she's been a fan since then. And why she didn't like Jennifer is because she didn't vibe with it. Same thing with me, say, if with me and shit. If I had to look at maybe say, I've been a long time Scooby Doo fan, and I look at the new Scooby Doo stuff, I can even say I don't vibe with it. With the Velma series and shit, I don't vibe with that. Even with the new animation of Scooby Doo they tried to do before they completely dropped it and shit, I didn't vibe with that either and shit. Hell, I can even go further and shit and say, look at Bob the Builder. I don't even vibe with that new Bob the Builder anymore. I grew up with the original clay animation Bob the Builder. That CG fucking one and shit, that's not my Bob the Builder. That's not my Bob. Dismiss a different perspective differently and resort. This is the biggest thing too in terms of I fucking had people do. Fucking I send a lot of people doing it, and most like I've been close to being hit by this too. Dismissing different perspectives differently and resorting to harassing or doxing behavior against those who disagree. It is not fucking right if you say you get into an argument with someone over fucking different opinions. You don't have the fucking right to harass them or dox them all because they have a different fucking perspective to something that you love so much that you would fucking die on a hill for. That is the stupidest thing I have ever hear. It is at the end of the day, it's a TV show. It's a fucking movie. It's a fucking book. It's a video game. It's not real. It's fanfic. And on top of it, dispersing someone for friendships with the individuals within the fandom that you may that you are that you don't that you may or may not dislike. Remember that personal relationships are independent of the shared interest. Meaning, do not fucking get mad at someone all because they're friends with the person that you're mad at. Because it's their fucking opinion. It's their choice to be friends with them, not yours. It at the end of the day, and stuff, because it's just going to be a cycle of hate then that's going to make people hate each other even more and stuff and blocking them without even giving them a chance to explain why they're friends with them. The biggest thing is, which is like more of the, which is probably going to end it here and stuff, is it's the biggest thing about, which I say all around time, and I mean, when I say this, please be aware of this too. Using your platforms to bully or mangle others, or even, quote, even when I should say this is a big thing, to spread misinformation, especially if their views don't align with yours. such as behavior reflecting immaturity and can lead to borderline negativity in the community. Meaning, do not, and I mean when I should have said this is my own fucking personal opinion when I make these videos, do not go on social media slandering someone all because they don't like the comment you made, or they don't like fucking the opinion you gave, or maybe because they more or less just straight up said they don't want to review this fucking game or this movie or whatever and shit. It's their fucking choice. At the end of the day, it's their choice. They have their right to make those choices. Do not go on social media, going into their DMs, or going onto social media and atting them, criticizing them, calling them fucking fake fans, or a bunch of other shit and stuff to get their attention. That is just immature fucking. That's just being immaturity, or being more or less being a baby, being an asshole that instantly thinking that they have to get the last word in. No, you fucking don't. At the end of the day, a fandom is created by love, respect, understanding, but also more or less everything else for us to have our own fucking opinions and to form our own opinions, but also to understand each other's opinions and lifestyles. Do not force someone into agreeing with your opinion. Do not claim your opinion is the right opinion. But most of all, and I mean when I should have said this, do not, most of all, do not claim someone as a fake fan, all because they do not want to review a fucking season of a show or a movie or anything. They're not the fake fan. You're being the fucking fake fan if you're doing that, and you are an immature fucking child that needs to grow the fuck up and maybe say leave the fandom for a while then. And this is Wolfsheet Gaming saying, don't be a fake fan, be a real fan. And I'll see you guys in the next fucking video or live stream. Bye now.